In today's video, we're going to be talking about some buyer beware for the After Hours DLC, which items, vehicles, and content you want to stay away from, and which ones I encourage you to actually buy because they might be useful or just plain awesome. Alright, so let's start with the vehicles, and even though Rockstar added 7 new ones today, they give you the Vapid Speedo Custom for free. So even if it is a bad vehicle, which I don't know because I haven't really used it all that much, it's included with the nightclub. So if you buy a nightclub, which I imagine 99% of you are, that vehicle's included. So like I said, even if it's bad, we really can't put it on the buyer beware because it's free, so it doesn't really cost you anything. Let's start on the Legendary Motorsports site though. We've got 2 vehicles on there. Let's start with a familiar face, and that is the Dinka Jester Classic. So luckily, Rockstar did not raise the price of this vehicle, which is fantastic because this vehicle is not getting the buyer beware sticker. Rockstar made so many fantastic changes to this vehicle, including new modifications, new upgrades. They changed the class it was in. It's now in the sports class. It sounds like Rockstar listened to all the complaints and criticisms that the community had for this vehicle. I mean, there's new liveries, there's new spoilers, new bumpers, new skirts. I mean, all the bugs are fixed. It really is the vehicle we wanted and deserved when they added it in the last DLC. So the Jester Classic is now awesome. I think it's one of the coolest, best sports cars ever. Now, I don't know its performance, how it stacks up to something like the Pariah, but even if it isn't a great performing sports car, it's a Toyota Supra, and now it's got all those things you love. Fast and Furious Easter eggs, references, and just an amazing car to customize and drive. So this vehicle absolutely does not get the buyer beware sticker, and we're actually starting off with 2 vehicles that aren't going to be earning that badge of honor. The Ocelots Swinger is awesome too. Not only is this based off an amazing old school Jaguar, but this sports classic car is really fast. Now, once again, I don't have like the exact lap time results in front of me or anything like that, but just from driving this car a lot in free mode, it's quick. A little hard to control, but very quick. On top of that, it has some awesome customization. It has a very unique body style with the exposed engine in the back. Lots of really cool liveries and customization options, and it's under $1 million, which in today's day and age, that's really good if you can get a vehicle for under $1 million, especially a sports classic where Rockstar typically will, price up sports classics just because they can get that nostalgia factor out of people. So those 2 vehicles on Legendary Motorsports are not getting the buyer beware. Let's jump to Southern San Andreas, where I'm going to be giving the buyer beware sticker to both of these vehicles. Let's start with the Festival Bus. Now, a lot of people were excited about this. The Festival Bus is $1.385 million, and I was too, until I figured out just how much of a pain it is to drive this vehicle. So I found out how frustrating this was on one of the nightclub setup missions, where I had to take this bus that was all the way in Blaine County and drag it all the way to my nightclub. It took about 15 minutes, 4 tries later of not getting blown up, and I finally made it back. It is so frustrating to drive. All the items on top will eventually fall off if you go under an object or a bridge or a light post, so those don't stay on. It literally cannot turn. It has the turning radius of an elephant. It's just really, really slow and cumbersome. Now, it does have some cool features. I love the liveries that are available for it. All of those are amazing. And the fact that players can actually get on top and stay on top without falling off, that's really cool. But is it worth $1.385 million? Since we still have a ton of content left, and that's another thing to think about. There is so much drip feed in this update. It really makes you wonder, is something like this worth it? And I think the answer is no. So the Festival Bus is the first vehicle today that gets the buyer beware sticker. The second one that gets it, the Mammoth Patriots stretch. So it's between $460,000 and $611,000. And this vehicle is just not worth it. It's an SUV. It really isn't a limousine. It's just a long Hummer. Yes, it has some cool features in the back. Yes, it can seat 6 people. But honestly, what are you going to be doing with this? Like, it has some new customization, which is fun. But the only liveries it has are the ones you unlock for the guest list. and then like the default gun running research ones. So overall, this vehicle is slow, it's cumbersome, and do you really want to spend over $500,000 on it? I think the answer to that is no. So the Mammoth stretch is also getting the buyer beware sticker. Moving on to two more vehicles that do not. That is the Pounder Custom and the Mule Custom. I'm very surprised by the price of these vehicles. Not as expensive as I thought they were going to be. And these vehicles are incredibly useful for your business ventures. They are incredibly resilient and durable. They can hold lots of stock. Now, you might want to choose between one or the other, but they sort of go like small, medium, and large if you include the Speedo as well. So you might as well get all three. And the Mule is incredibly cheap. I mean, with the guest list discounts right now, you can see how, cheap these vehicles are. So if you're interested in getting them, I would get them now rather than waiting for another week because they're going to be on discount and probably the cheapest they'll be for a while. But those two vehicles are not getting the buyer beware sticker. Let's talk about some nightclub features that I think deserve the buyer beware sticker. I think that style is important. Rig, obviously you need a name. I think the first thing you need to be careful of is storage. Now, the storage is very important for the business items and for your cars, but don't do like I did. I got a little ambitious this morning and I bought 4 extra floors of storage stuff and I bought all 3 extra garage floors. And I don't know if I'm going to need that all. So it was slightly a waste of money. What you should do is start with 1 extra floor of storage and 1 extra floor of cars, because you can always add more floors. You can't take them away. Like, I'm stuck with it right now. There's no way to downsize that. So I'm kind of stuck. I wish I hadn't been as ambitious as I thought I was going to be, but I thought I was going to need the space. It turns out I really don't. So again, depending on how many businesses you're going to use and how many cars you're going to add, just sort of limit yourself here. I think the dancers are necessary. It's kind of awkward to not have anything like that in your club. One thing I think you can get away without buying, and I think that this is going to get the buyer beware sticker too, is dry ice. I have not seen this used once, and I have spent hours in my nightclub. Like, am I doing something wrong? Am I not activating it? And it really doesn't do anything for your club other than just add a cool moment. And that's $345,000. So that's a lot for something that really doesn't benefit you all that much. So I'd save your money here, skip out on dry ice. It gets the buyer beware sticker. Something inside your nightclub that gets the buyer beware sticker are 3 bottles of champagne you can buy. Silver, gold, and diamond for $30,000, $50,000, and $150,000. Now, unless you just like wasting money, like I'm going to show you guys in this video right now, doing this gets you absolutely nothing. You get a shiny bottle of champagne, you shake it up, you can spray the champagne in the face or body of others, and then you drink the last little bit and it makes you drunk. And you stumble around your nightclub. So that's it. For $150,000, you just spent a ton of money on a drink that really does absolutely nothing for you. So those 3 right there give you the buyer beware sticker. It doesn't give you superpowers or anything like that. Don't do the champagne stuff unless you really, really want to. Otherwise, it's just a waste of money. Now, let's move on to the clothing store. Rockstar said they added 250 new items of clothing, which is a little bit deceptive because a lot of the articles of clothing they added were just new designs on already existing items. Like, for example, this biker jacket right here. I don't know why this is now a biker jacket. Maybe it's a little bit glossier, but we've had those designs since the bikers update. So really not anything new. And they're expensive. I've already bought them in this video, but they are really, really pricey, like $25,000 each. Same thing with the open field jackets. Like, we've had those in the game since Gun Running and Smuggler's Run. It's just got a different design and pattern on there. Same with a lot of the bomber jackets. Now, don't get me wrong, they're really cool, but just know you're not buying like new clothing here. You're buying a new design on an existing article of clothing that we've had in the game since day one. So do not get confused. There is a difference between that. And really the same thing can be said at the Vespucci movie mask store, where you only have a couple different masks to buy, but they're just sports hockey masks with gun running liveries on them, which is a little bit disappointing. So don't waste your money there. I really don't think they look all that great, to be totally honest with you. And I wish there was more that I could say I could give you a buyer beware sticker for, or not. You know, there's no new weapons, there's no new haircuts, which is subjective. There's no new face paints or anything like that. For the most part, it's the nightclub, everything attached to the nightclub, the vehicles, and the clothing. That is pretty much it. So at the end of the day, it was a relatively simple DLC, but there was still a couple things that you kind of want to be aware about as far as maybe not buying right now. Because as I mentioned earlier in this video, there's going to be a ton of drip feed coming a little bit later on, and you obviously don't want to waste everything right now when over the next couple weeks you're going to need some more cash to spend it on vehicles and whatnot. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today, and that is my buyer beware guide for all of the new content that was just added in the After Hours Nightclub DLC. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you agree with some of my buyer beware decisions? Do you disagree? Would you add more? Would you take away less? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.